So I'm going to make a little video on my symptoms that I had whilst I was in Galapagos, and kind of what to look out for. A lot of people know that the doctors just fobbed me off over there and said it was anxiety and in my head, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to show you the tests that I did get done over there, that they said were absolutely fine, which were not fine, just to give you an idea of what to look out for. I'm also going to show you a few photos of me in Galapagos just to prove that I was a normal person before all this, completely normal 24-year-old living her best life, healthy, seemingly, and then what it turned into. So, in terms of like a general overview of my symptoms, the first thing that happened, I remember it very well actually. It was, I'd say, December 2022, and I woke up one day and I had a really weird feeling in my chest. Um, it was like when I breathed in, it was painful and like that, and it was really odd. I didn't like it. I went to work that day. I remember at the Kindercare, and I said to my boss what was happening, and she told me to go to the hospital to get checked out. So I did, and then they gave me an X-ray, which I will show you in a second, and they said it was absolutely clear, which now I know it wasn't. Um, that was the first symptom that I had. It kind of got progressively worse, the breathing, to the point where it was really, really painful to breathe. And then I had a lot of itchiness as well, itchy skin, random itchy skin. But I thought it was just the heat in Galapagos, maybe like heat rash kind of thing, but it was like uncontrollable itching. I got night sweats, but again, I thought it was just the heat. So itchiness, heat, painful breathing. I was exhausted all the time, exhausted, but I thought I was just working too hard. So fatigue is a big one. I'd say I got out of breath really quickly as well. That was a massive thing for me. I ended up snorkeling and nearly drowning, and I didn't know why I couldn't go down under the water for more than like 5 seconds. I just thought I was unfit, but it got really bad. And then the final symptom, which I'll show you pictures of as well, was a rash all over my legs. It looked like chickenpox kind of, very itchy. The doctors told me that they thought it was measles. Turns out it wasn't. But it was like a really weird purpley rash. I'll show you pictures of that as well. So now I'm going to show you the X-ray that I got done in Galapagos, and also the blood test. So the X-ray I got done, they said, looked at it and went, yeah, completely clear. Doctors now in England looked at it and said, they can see something forming, and they would have done more tests. And the blood tests, I've had people look at them here and they said they would have immediately sent me for more tests as well. But so these are the tests that I got done there, that when I had probably had about stage 2 cancer at this point, that they didn't pick it up on. They didn't pick up on it. It's in our Spanish, but you can work it out probably. And now I'll show you the rash on my legs as well. That's a very common symptom of this disease to look out for. So yeah. Now I'm going to play, it's really weird actually, it makes me a bit emotional looking back at voice note I sent my friend days before I flew back to the UK, like the day before, I think it was, just saying how ill I felt and saying how poorly I was. I'd kind of got used to feeling that way. I just accepted this new state of health that I wasn't feeling great. I should have known like it was something really bad, but I think when the doctors are telling you you're fine, you just believe them. But I was really poorly by this was 3 days before I collapsed. So this voice note is me to my friends saying help. But it's really emotional to listen to actually. It's crazy to think how poorly I was. So at this point I had stage 4 cancer. I was 5 days away from death, not knowing. So no wonder I felt so poorly.
I'm in so much pain. I haven't told you, but I've been really ill since I've been here. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't breathe. For the past 4 months, it's been really weird. And like the doctor said, I've got ribs out of place or something. It's got so bad today. So I don't know what to do. I'm meant to fly home tomorrow. I physically can't move. I'm meant to be going on a 40-hour journey. I don't know what to do. They said basically I've got scoliosis, I don't know, of the spine from birth that you didn't know about, and that combined with sleeping in a bed made for a tiny Ecuadorian person and being stressed and tense all the time at work has caused my ribs to like shift and stuff, like my whole upper body's like in the wrong place, and so the ribs are pressing on my trachea, so I can't breathe basically, and it's so painful. And they keep saying they fixed it and they put it back in place and it's okay for a day, and then it just goes bad again. I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm actually dying. I need to get like tested in England and stuff. Like, I can't do a 40-hour journey tomorrow. I'm so, I literally can't move.
And I'm going to show you now the X-ray, the CT scan, and the PET scan of when I got diagnosed and they found out what was wrong with me. In the UK. It's quite shocking. So yeah, doctors not taking me seriously went from me living my best life looking like this to looking like this. So yeah, I would say please, if anyone has any of these symptoms, just push for tests. Don't let doctors fob you off, say it's anxiety, say you're too young for cancer. Just even if you have to exaggerate symptoms, just demand an X-ray or a CT scan. Kind of all I needed was an X-ray, a bit further down the line to have found the tumour straight away. So and it wouldn't have got to stage 4 and been way harder to treat. Um, so yeah, just if you have to exaggerate symptoms, just do everything you can. Demand them to do more tests, basically. Yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick overview of my symptoms and what was missed so you can know what to look out for and stuff. It's crazy. I've seen a lot more people coming to the ward recently, the adult ward. And so the doctors, I don't know what's happening, if it's becoming way more common for young people to get cancer, I'm not sure. I've been reading up on it about Western diets, maybe that's something to do with it. I don't know, honestly. But it's becoming a lot more common, so it's really something people should watch out for. It doesn't just happen to old people. Yeah. Thank you for listening. And now I'm too hot for my wig because it's like 20 degrees outside, so back to reality.